Form GSTR-3B is a simplified summary return to declare GST liabilities for a tax period. This video will guide you how to file GSTR-3B nil return in case of no business activity. Nil return may be filed by you for a particular tax period if you have not made any outward supply, commonly known as sale, and have not received any inward supply, commonly known as purchase, of any goods or services, and do not have any liability for that particular tax period. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials and from your dashboard screen, click Return Dashboard. Select the financial year and return filing period for which you want to file the nil return. Click Search and tiles of all the returns you need to file for this tax period get displayed. In the GSTR-3B tile, click the Prepare Online button and you'll see this message. Please read the message and click OK to proceed. On the first question, do you want to file nil return? Click Yes. This will disable all other radio buttons. Click Next to proceed. You can click the Preview Draft GSTR-3B button to download and view the GSTR-3B summary page. Select the Declaration checkbox. Select your name. Now click File GSTR-3B with DSC button or File GSTR-3B with EVC button for system verification. For the purpose of this demonstration, let's file this return with EVC. An info pop-up about the late fee will appear. Click Proceed. And this pop-up will inform you that your filing is successful. Also, ARN will be displayed. Click OK to go back and download the filed return from Download Filed GSTR-3B button. And if you go back to the Returns dashboard, status of the GSTR-3B return will be shown as Filed. It's that simple. Form GSTR-3B is a simplified summary return by a normal taxpayer to declare GST-related liabilities for a tax period. In case you do not have any outward supply, do not have any reverse charge liability, do not intend to take any input tax credit in the current tax period, and do not have any pending tax liability of previous period tax, interest or late fee, you must file nil Form GSTR-3B. The facility to file nil Form GSTR-3B on GST portal was already available, and now you can also file nil Form GSTR-3B by just sending an SMS. This video will guide you how to file nil Form GSTR-3B through SMS. Any authorized signatory can file nil Form GSTR-3B through SMS on behalf of the taxpayer. In case you need any assistance to file nil Form GSTR-3B through SMS, you can send SMS in specified format as help space 3B to 14409. Once you send the SMS, GST portal will send back response message on the same mobile number with the SMS format. The SMS format for filing nil Form GSTR-3B for a GSTIN for the period is shown in the specified format. As an authorized signatory, send this SMS to 14409 from your registered mobile number. After receiving SMS, GST portal will validate if you can file nil form GSTR-3B. You will receive appropriate response message on the same mobile number from which SMS was sent. If you are eligible for nil filing, you will receive a verification code that can be used once and will expire within 30 minutes. To confirm nil filing, SMS the verification code on the number 14409. Type CNF space 3B space verification code and send the SMS. Once the code is successfully sent, you will receive an ARN on the same mobile number and registered email ID of authorized signatory intimating successful nil filing. In case your code is incorrect or expired, or you have already filed the return or saved some details online, then you will receive an error message. Be cautious. If you end up sending invalid code more than thrice, your GSTIN and mobile number will be blocked for 24 hours. But don't worry, you can file nil form GSTR-3B on GST portal or wait for 24 hours before you file nil return through SMS. Once you have filed the return, you can also track the status of return after logging to the GST portal. It's that simple. In this video, you will learn how to troubleshoot schema validation error while uploading the JSON file in form GSTR-3B. Assuming that you have already generated the JSON file using the offline tool to upload GSTR-3B details, click Choose File to upload the JSON file. Select the location where you have saved the JSON file and click Open. Notice the error in JSON structure validation. This error is displayed when you edit the JSON file and then try to upload the same on GST portal. Let us see now how to fix this issue. Go to GSTR-3B offline tool where you have saved the GSTR-3B details and click Generate File. JSON file is generated. Click OK. Do not make any changes to the JSON file using any tool. Log in to the GST portal and upload the newly generated JSON again. Select the location where you saved the new JSON file and click Open. Notice that the file is successfully uploaded on GST portal. It's that simple to fix this error. In this video, you will learn how to troubleshoot 1059 error code while offsetting the liabilities in form GSTR-3B. Assuming that you have already saved the details and now you want to offset the liabilities. Click on Make Payment or Post Credit to Ledger button to offset the liabilities. Click Yes. During offsetting of liabilities, you may face 1059 error as displayed on screen. This error is displayed in case you have not saved form GSTR-3B details before offsetting your liabilities. Let us see now how to fix this issue. Go back to form GSTR-3B dashboard. Click Save GSTR-3B to save the data. A confirmation message is displayed that save request has been received. Once you have saved the data, click on Proceed to Payment. Click on Make Payment or Post Credit to Ledger button to offset the liabilities. Click Yes. A confirmation message is displayed that liability has been offset successfully. You can now proceed further to file Form GSTR-3B. It's that simple to fix this error.
So friend, you have seen these videos about GSTR-3B. Now moving further, we can have this video also, GSTR-4. How GSTR-4 can be filed by a composite dealer, because they are supposed to have less compliances under GST. So manual is also given over here for CMP-08 filing, which is a quarterly return for composite dealer under section 10, and also an annual return of GSTR-4 to be filed by this composite dealer who is not supposed to charge tax in his bill. So this video we will run for you, GSTR-4.
Form GSTR-4 Annual Return is a yearly return which is to be filed once for a particular financial year. It is to be filed by the registered taxpayer who has opted for composition scheme anytime or was in composition scheme for any duration during that financial year. Before filing GSTR-4 Annual Return, you must ensure that you have filed all applicable Form CMP-08 quarterly statements for the financial year. Once filed, Form GSTR-4 Annual Return cannot be revised. Let us see how to file this return in this video. Log in to the GST portal with your credentials. And from your dashboard screen, either click the Annual Return button or go to Services, Returns and click the Annual Return link. Both these actions will take you to the File Annual Returns page. Select the financial year from the drop-down list and then click the Search button. GSTR-4 tile for filing Form GSTR-4 will be enabled only after filing all applicable Form CMP-08 statements for the financial year. Let us assume that you have successfully filed Form CMP-08 statements. Now, carefully read the displayed messages. You can file Form GSTR-4 Annual Return from this page by clicking on Prepare Online button in the GSTR-4 tile. The GSTR-4 Annual Return dashboard page is displayed. Enter the aggregate turnover of previous financial year and click Save. A confirmation message is displayed for successful saving of data. If you have not made any outward supply, not received any goods or services, and do not have any tax liability, then click File Nil GSTR-4 checkbox to file Nil GSTR-4 Annual Return. If you have made any outward supply, have received any goods and services, or have any tax liability during the financial year, then click Select Tables to add or view details drop-down list to view the tables and enter details. To add details of inward supplies received from a registered supplier other than reverse charge, select Table 4A from the drop-down list. Enter the GSTIN of the supplier. Once GSTIN is entered, trade or legal name of the supplier is auto-populated. click the Add button. Enter the tax rate-wise details of all the supplies received from a particular GSTIN during the financial year. To enter details for a different tax rate, click the Add button. Once all the details are entered, click Save. You can enter details related to other GSTINs from here. To download the added details in the CSV format, click the Download CSV link. Similarly, you can add details in Table 4B, Table 4C, and Table 4D. In Table 6, data related to inward supplies will be auto-populated from Table 4B, 4C, and 4D once you have clicked Proceed to File button in Returns dashboard page. Let's first enter the outward supplies against applicable tax rates and save. Table 5 summarizes the statements filed in Form CMP-08. These details are auto-populated and are non-editable. Amount of TDS and TCS credits are auto-drafted in Table 7 based on the returns filed by TDS and TCS taxpayers and accepted by you during the financial year. Click Back to go to the Form GSTR-4 Annual Return Dashboard page and click Proceed to File button to file Form GSTR-4 Annual Return. A confirmation message is displayed that the Proceed to File request has been received and to check the status in some time. You can now go to Table 6. To view system-computed inward supplies based on inputs provided in Table 4B, 4C, and 4D. Now, go back to GSTR-4 Annual Return Dashboard page. Here, you can click the Download GSTR-4 Summary PDF button to download the Form GSTR-4 Summary in PDF format. Review the summary of entries entered in different tables. If the summary of details provided in different tables is found to have been entered correctly and status is shown as Ready to File, click Proceed to File button. Preview Form GSTR-4 is displayed. Click the Continue button. The Table 8 is displayed. Cash balance as on date in Electronic Cash Ledger is displayed. Payment of Tax table displays the amounts of tax payable and already paid in Form CMP-08. Net liabilities is calculated as tax payable reduced by tax amount already paid and adjusting negative liability. If there are any interest liabilities to be declared, the same can be declared here. If Form GSTR-4 is not filed by the due date, GST portal will calculate the late fee and show the same here. This column reflects the cash required to be paid through challan after adjusting the amount as available in Electronic Cash Ledger. Create Challan button will be enabled only if you don't have sufficient cash balance to offset the tax, interest, and late fee payable. Once the liabilities are paid, additional cash required will become zero, and then you can file GSTR-4 by selecting the Declaration checkbox and the name of the authorized signatory and clicking this button. Click the File with DSC or File with EVC button to file the return. After successful verification, the status is shown as filed. It's that simple.
We also have a manual over here. So friend, this way we have GSTR-4A, GSTR-5, 5A, 6, 7. You can click over here at any window wherever you have any query or any doubt. You can go through this user manual and it will help you to solve your problem. So here GSTR-11 is also there. So UI number is for special character agencies like embassies. You can see how they will file their GSTR-11. So tracking your status, you can always have this video again, and you can also see whatever returns you have filed. So this is a complete guideline for return filing under help and taxpayer facility. So friends, after going through these all videos and the educational material lying or available on GST portal, most of the things are now clear to us and we can use GST portal like a regular user. So I, being a regular user, because I am a registered person under GST, I will show you how the GST portal works on real-time basis when you are logged into. So for that, because I am a registered person, so I will go to login straight away. So here I will log in it and it will ask me for my user name. So I will write my username over here. Then I will enter my password. Then we'll enter over here CAPTCHA and we'll proceed further. So now I have logged into GST portal. So the same things what we were seeing earlier are appeared over here. So dashboard we are looking. So here my name is given over here as a GST consultant. So return filing preference I have chosen monthly base. I can change from here. And this is the record shown by GST portal about filing of my returns. So I have filed returns for last 5 months. So GSTR-1 is filed for month of January, February, March, April, May. We are in June right now. GST-3B are also been filed January, February, March, April, May. So date of filed return is also coming over here. So this is about my filing of return and the GST portal is showing me like that. So there are other options available over here. So mainly we go to dashboard and others mains are the services which are being rendered by GST portal. If I click over here, again services of registration is there. Ledgers, as we talked about, electronic cash ledger, electronic liability ledger, electronic credit ledger, payments towards demand, negative liability assessment, and then electronic credit reversal and reclaim. This is a recently introduced feature of electronic credit reversal and reclaimed statement. So if we see about this electronic cash ledger, how it looks like, we will click over here and financial year for which we want to see, the month for which we want to see, and the balance available to me as on 21st June 2024, that is there in my cash ledger. So electronic cash ledger, I can open it from here also. So he is asking the time from which date I want to see my cash ledger. So if we are in financial year 24-25, we can see it from 1st April, till date or up to 15th of June. So we can see up to 15th of June go, and now this cash ledger is opened. So here date of deposit of any amount made by me, time of deposit, reporting date, bank reference is there, tax period is there, opening balance. So we can see by scrolling it towards this. So I have opening balance of 2,225 rupees, and it is lying in cess account, because at the beginning of when we were just started using GST portal, by mistake, instead of paying tax into IGST, CGST or UTGST or state GST, we selected the option of cess. So this amount is still lying over here. If I want to get it transferred to other balances, I can transfer, as we discussed in my previous slides. So here, whenever I will deposit cash, it will get credited to my account. So here they have used same column for debit and credit. So when I will deposit it, it will show credit balance, and if I will debit it, then it will be debited and will be reduced. So here type of transaction means if it is a debit transaction or a credit transaction, it will appear over here. So by having debit means I am reducing my cash, and by crediting means I have deposited my cash. So credit means deposit and debit means withdrawal or use against the payment of tax. So my closing balance as on 15th of June, because my period is 15th of June, from 1st April to 15th of June. So my closing balance as on 15th of June under cess column is 225, under UT tax or state GST it is nil, under central tax it is nil, under IGST it is nil. So total amount is 225. So whenever you have to pay, suppose if you are supposed to pay IGST in cash, then it must be selected as IGST and it will appear over here. And if you want to pay CGST, then you have to select CGST and it will appear over here. So individual account is maintained because IGST is concerned with central pool, because it is interstate transaction and tax has to be transferred to a state where actual goods are consumed. And CGST, this is relating with intrastate sales, where CGST and SGST is charged. So in case of intrastate sale, we have to deposit these two taxes, means central tax as well as UTGST or state GST, because central tax will go to central government and UTGST or state GST will go to respective state. So this way we will have to, while creating challan, when we will create challan for payment of tax, we have to select CGST, SGST, IGST or whatever the payment amount is there. So accordingly it will appear over here. So whenever we are paying also, when we will pay means we are using cash for the payment of GST, then again we have to select it whether it is for IGST or payment is for CGST or SGST, and accordingly over here the transaction type will appear, that is debit, because I am paying now, I am setting it off. So setting off will be done through 3B, GSTR-3B, that will also see. So this is my cash ledger maintained at GST portal for my name, my GST number. Coming back to our main dashboard. So here file GST PMT09 to transfer the amount within same GST number. So if you want to transfer the amount, you can use this option and this option also. And if you want to see the GST PMT09 file, you can view over here.